Hey guys, it's the girl Eve and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm going to be listing out 14 things that you can do if you are single this Valentine's Day. As Valentine's Day is quickly approaching and as someone who's been single for the last few years, it definitely does not get easier seeing couples going on dates and being super cutesy with each other, but there are definitely still activities that you can do and different kinds of love that you can experience even if you do not have a significant other. So I've written down a list on my phone to tell you guys, and I've separated them by comfy and social activities depending on what your mood is this holiday, and I'm excited to share them with you. So if you guys are ready, please be sure to leave this video a big thumbs up and make sure to subscribe down below with post notifications turned on. Let's get started with the comfy stuff. Okay, so the first thing that I have on my list is a classic. It's something that you can do even if you are in a taken relationship, but something that is extra cozy and cute even if you're alone, and that is to cozy up and enjoy a comfort movie and a comfort meal. I know for me, I just love a good rom-com movie and a bowl of ramen noodles, whether that's cup or whether that's freshly cooked. It is definitely something that I've already done even when it's not Valentine's Day. The second thing kind of goes along the lines of a comfort meal, and that is to bake, cook, or buy like a sweet treat. That could also be a drink as well if you fancy a drink more than a sweet little treat. For me personally, I do love me a good little cookie or a brownie. I know Dunkin' has really good brownie donuts, so that's something that you could definitely pick up. But I do find that food is the cure to any person's heart, and it's definitely the cure to mine. The third thing that you can do is definitely cozy up and read a good book. I feel like that's similar to the lines of like cozying up and watching a movie, but books are definitely super different than watching a movie, especially because there's so much more detail and you have a lot more options to choose from. Me personally, I love reading a good rom-com for Valentine's Day, although if you haven't seen past videos, I've definitely been getting into dystopian fiction as well as more realistic and fantasy type style books, so you can read it just about anything as long as it's something that allows you to get cozy up and enjoy your night in. Okay, so the next two things that you can do definitely can go hand in hand, and that is to take a refreshing shower and or bath, or to perform some self-care, whether that's skincare, getting a haircut or hair touch-up, or doing your nails, whatever self-care looks to you. I know this is something that I do whenever I reset or whenever I'm stressed out, and it definitely goes a long way and it really helps. So the sixth thing that I have written down is self-love writing and journaling. This is something I did a lot more in the past, but I still journal a lot to this day, and I especially do so whenever I'm feeling lonely or upset about something. Typically what I write down is those feelings, but I will also write down like what my expectations for love is so that when it finds me, then I know what to expect. I also write down little notes of gratitude about the love that I do have and that I do have surrounded around me. And I also write down manifestations of love that I hope to find and a relationship that I hope to have someday in the future. Next thing is doing some arts and crafts. Me personally, I'm a super artsy person, being in journalism and in the more creative field here in college. I definitely think why not kind of immerse yourself in that kind of vibe this Valentine's Day with the red, the pink, the white, whether that's a vision board or decorating your wall, your computer, or your room, or scrapbooking. I've definitely gotten into scrapbooking and it's so much fun just kind of putting pieces together and messing around and experimenting. It's a good use of your time and it just makes your life a lot more lively and a lot more aesthetic and cute. The eighth thing that I wrote down is to organize and clean your room. I feel like arts and crafts can definitely be a little messy, so maybe after you do your arts and craft, kind of sit down with yourself and just organize and clean up your space. It's just also so rewarding to just have a nice clean space and a nice clean workspace, especially as Valentine's Day is over a long weekend. This kind of adds on to the fact that like when you have a more clean space, you tend to be a lot more productive. Take this weekend to look after yourself and be an academic weapon. Especially when you're single, you tend to have more time on your hands to look after yourself, and that also means academically. So start studying for an exam that you have in the next few days or weeks or so, or do a homework or a project that you've been putting off. So those are all of the things that I have for comfy activities that you can do in the comfort of your own home. And now, let me share with you guys the social activities that I wrote down. So the first thing that I have written down is something that I've done a lot more recently and something that I would definitely recommend because it's so much fun, and that is to travel and explore somewhere you haven't been before. Last year for Valentine's Day, I went to Quebec and it was absolutely gorgeous. It was so cold and snowy, but it was amazing and I loved it. This year, one of my best friends is coming up to visit me in Boston and we're gonna explore Boston. I just find that traveling is just super cool and super nice, especially because recently Valentine's Day has been falling on the long weekend before President's Day, and it's just so nice because you have extra days off, so why not make the most of going to see somewhere that you haven't been before and checking out new places and new cultures. On a smaller note, I also wrote down to try something new. That kind of goes along the lines of exploration, except exploration doesn't have to be big for it to be exploration. So whether that's trying a new workout class or giving a new hobby a try, you can definitely spend this long weekend also doing smaller things and stepping out of your comfort zone in that way. This is a really cute idea, especially if you're single, and that is to go on a solo date with yourself. Some ideas that I wrote down was to go to a museum, go to a bookstore, go to a cafe, or take yourself shopping at a mall. I think a lot of us think that going on a date means that you have to go with someone else, but that's not the case at all. You can definitely go by yourself and still have just as much fun. The next two things can definitely intermingle and can definitely be used interchangeably, but it's still super fun. It is a low-key Valentine's night or a night in with friends, or going out with your single friends and just having a blast out in the city or wherever you live. With the low-key Valentine's night, what I wrote down was having a charcuterie board, doing lore drops, catching up with each other, playing games, eating dinner together, making food together potentially. In terms of like going out with your single friends, this is something that I can't do because I'm not 21 and over, but you could definitely go bar hopping. You could also do activities like ice skating or escape rooms or going out to a nice restaurant and eating. It does not have to require you getting drunk for you to be able to go out with your single friends and enjoy yourselves and enjoy your Valentine's Day. So those are all of the things that I have written down for social, but as a final note, because those are 14 things, if all else fails and those 14 things don't work out, I also wrote down a social media detox. I think a lot of us spend a lot of our times on our phones, especially doom scrolling. I know I'm a part of that. Take Valentine's Day to not scroll, but to reach out to family and friends and just wish them a happy Valentine's Day, or to even give them a call. Being on your phone does not have to entail doom scrolling, and you can definitely still be on your phone and still be an active part of life. Especially as my best friend is coming up for Valentine's Day weekend, I'm definitely going to be taking the weekend to stay away from my phone and to enjoy the moment with those around that I love. So yeah, those are all of the things that I have written down and some things that you can definitely implement into your everyday life as well as this weekend. I hope you prioritize your self-love and your love for your friends and your family, and I also hope that you have a really wonderful Valentine's Day weekend. Love finds us in different ways, and I just hope that you know that the right love is waiting to find you. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this video helped you out and helped you find some ideas of how to spend your Valentine's Day this year. I know I will definitely be using some of them, and I hope you do too. Please be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!